8th graders, today's assignment is 3.1 Harnessing Energy. Your learning targets for today: I can describe multiple ways in which the human body can generate energy in a system. So as we start looking into our final lessons in this unit, 3.2, which will be a 2-day lesson, we're going to actually be building a model of a system that can harness motion from the body to turn a generator, which would charge a battery, and then in the terms of the rescue team, we would be able to use that energy for the rescue team, okay? What you guys are going to learn about today is a couple different inventions that people have come up with for different ways to charge a battery using motion of the human body, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to slide 2, which is our warm-up. This is the first one, and one that we've talked about a little bit is this hand crank flashlight. So one of the rescue workers has a special flashlight. It has a crank, and the light shines when the crank is turned. Since the rescue worker has never had to replace the batteries or plug in the flashlight, she thinks this flashlight works without an energy source. Do you agree or disagree? So you guys are going to use your draw tool for this first question. I think the flashlight, and you're going to either circle does or does not work without energy, okay? So go ahead, answer that first question. Remember, anytime you use the draw tool, you guys need to click back on the cursor. And then I want you guys to explain your answer. I think this because, so you guys will click right here next to answer, and you guys will explain why you guys circled either does or does not work without energy, okay? Moving on, next part of your warm-up is this little read. So you have a short little article, right-click it, open the link up. It's going to take you guys into the Amplify library. And you guys are going to read about the hand crank flashlight, okay? So not a very long article. Make sure you guys kind of look at the diagrams and the captions underneath the diagrams. And that's it for your article. And again, you don't have to highlight and annotate as long as I can trust that you guys are reading, okay? Answer this question on the article. Based on new evidence you gathered from reading this article, do you think a hand crank flashlight would be a good energy system for the rescue workers? Why or why not? So answer yes or no, and then why do you think that is? The why or why not is important, so make sure you guys include that. Okay, remember at any point you guys can pause this video to complete a section, and then all you need to do is when you're done, come back in and hit play. All right, moving on to activity 2. You guys are going to be looking at 2 claims, one of which says the hand crank generator is the best, and one of which said a solar system would be a little bit better for a rescue team. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to read through all of these evidence. So evidence card number 1, solar cells transfer energy from the sun to a battery. Okay, evidence card number 2, human powered generators can be used to transfer energy anytime someone is there to turn the crank. Evidence card number 3, solar cells only transfer energy when the sun is shining. Evidence card number 4, rescue missions take place both in the daytime and at night, as well as in many different environments. Evidence card number 5, potential energy stored in a battery can be converted to another form of energy at a later time, so that's with stored energy. Evidence card number 6, human power generators transfer energy to a battery when a person turns a crank. Okay, so what you guys are going to look at is these 2 claims, which system would be better. Claim 1 says the solar system is the best energy source for a rescue team, and claim number 2 says human powered generators like the hand crank flashlight would be the best energy source for the rescue team. So what you guys are going to do is, if you need to reread the 6 evidence cards, okay, and then I want you to think about which claim you think is better. So you're going to use your draw tool to circle either claim 1 or claim 2, okay? Once you have chosen claim 1 or claim 2, you guys are going to grab your draw tool, a pen or whatever, and you guys are going to number your evidence cards from best to worst. So which one supports your claim the best? So if you guys chose claim number 1, I might say, all right, this is the best evidence card for my claim, so I'm going to number it number 1. Okay? Maybe this one you think is the best for supporting your claim. Okay? I just kind of picked one there. So go ahead and number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for first place through 6th place as the best to support your claim that you chose, okay? All right, once you guys are done with that, we're going to go ahead, click back on our cursor, and we're going to move to activity 5, okay? This is going to be a pros and cons list for a hand crank generator. So this is just the little energy transfer diagram that shows that obviously if you have a person who is hand cranking the energy, that person needs to get their energy somewhere. And where do we get our energy from as human beings? Well, that's food. Okay, so food is potential energy. It's stored energy that we can break down and use later. Okay, once we eat the food, our human bodies have energy to crank the little hand crank generator. And then the little hand crank generator charges a battery, and the battery lights up the flashlight. So what you guys are going to think of in this pro and con list is 2 pros of the hand crank generator and 2 cons. A pro is something that, why would that hand crank generator be good? Okay. Cons are basically asking yourself, why would that hand crank generator be bad? Okay, so give me 2 reasons the hand crank generator are good and 2 reasons the hand crank generator would be a bad use for the energy team. Okay, all right, moving on. And if you guys are obviously listening to this, you're doing this at home, so you're only going to really fill out a portion of this. Next slide. So you are going to choose one of the following to read. Make sure you guys circle your choice to let me know which one you guys had. So there's either energy capturing backpack, energy capturing bike, energy capturing knee brace, and energy capturing rocking chair. Okay, so you guys are going to choose one of those to read. In class, the kids are working with a group of 4, so they're all going to divide those up and divide and conquer. But since you guys are working at home by yourself, you guys are just going to choose one of these. So you guys will right click the link. You'll find that the link all takes you into this same hand crank generator flashlight. So you guys need to go up here to the table of contents, and then from there you guys can choose the article you decided to read. So maybe you're choosing the knee brace. It would look a little something like this. So read about the energy transfer in your knee brace. And then on the next slide, you guys are going to fill out just your part of this table. So again, in class, the kids are doing this with a group of 4. So everyone's picking a different article and sharing their information. Since you don't have a group of 4 to work with, you guys are just going to say, all right, I just read about the knee brace, so I'm only going to fill out this part. Okay, for this, hand crank generator is your example there. We already read that article at the beginning of class, so you guys can kind of see the example. The energy system, of course, was the hand crank generator. How does this system make a generator move? Well, the person has to turn that generator. It has to turn the crank, which turns the generator. Okay, would the system be a good solution for the rescue team? Why or why not? You can see the answer, no, because the rescue workers probably need to use their hands. They can't turn a crank. Okay, so choose which article you read and fill out the rest of this data table. And then for your last part, you're going to do a little brainstorming activity. For this, you guys are going to kind of think about what you learned with the hand crank generator and the article you just read out of those 4. And you guys are going to brainstorm as many ideas as you guys can, how an a rescue worker can use energy from their body to fuel up a battery. Okay, so the rescue workers need a way to get energy to their equipment anytime and anywhere. What is the best way for the rescue workers to capture energy from their body's motion during rescue missions? So brainstorm some ideas for a system that captures energy from rescue workers' motion. Make sure your energy system transfer energies from the body's motion to a battery and is easy for the rescue team to use during rescue missions so it doesn't tie up their hands, okay? Rescue workers shouldn't have to choose between cranking a generator or stopping someone's bleeding, okay? So list as many ideas as you guys can. You guys at least need to come up with 5, okay? And finally, do your wrap up. Do you have any questions? Circle yes or no. If you have any questions, type them right here. If you don't have any questions, don't worry about filling that in. And then 4, 3, 2, 1, how do you think you did? You guys are all done, so you can go ahead and hand this in, and I hope you're having a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.